Hello, everyone. How are you? What's in the teacher's bag? Well, I'm going to start reading my book that I wrote. If you look at my previous video, I showed you where you could find it. I showed you how to look for it on Amazon. I also have it on the TikTok shop, but I want to be very honest here. I'm not pleased with the publishing. I love the story. I love the graphics, but the publishing piece is where I am struggling. So I'm trying to be honest with you guys as well as myself. That's why I haven't really pushed the book out. But I'm so proud of the book. I wrote this book over 10 years ago, but I just kind of critiqued it a little bit and brought it together, and I put it on Amazon in, I believe, March of 2023. A couple of people have reviewed my book, and they gave it really good ratings. Every time someone reads my book, they give me good ratings. I have to also say that my book is in some schools in the library. I presented my book to a few school districts. I even used to work for a school district, and they have decided to put the book in their library. And the feedback is just phenomenal. So I want to start out reading maybe a chapter or two in my book, and I want to continue to read the book to you. And if you are interested, once again, you can purchase the book in the TikTok shop, or you can purchase it on Amazon. Either way, I just really want to get the word out. I want to push myself out there and get rid of the fears that I have. So right now I am reading from an ebook. This is not the actual book. I'm reading from an ebook that I printed off. But then I will also show you the book that I have. One from Amazon, one from the TikTok shop. They look a little different. The story is the same. Are you ready? Here we go. The background. My mama loves to dance. I wrote this book because of mental health. I love music. I love to dance. And my daughter would always be very embarrassed of me dancing. And she would ask me, why are you dancing? Why are you always dancing everywhere you go? And I just couldn't explain to her that that was my escape. So I wrote the story into a book. All right. But it was dedicated to my children to explain to them why I love to dance. All right, I'm going to get started with the summary. Jasmine is a teenage girl who is embarrassed by her mother's love for dancing. Janelle, Jasmine's mother, listens to all kinds of music and dances whenever the beat hits her soul. However, as Jasmine begins to understand the therapeutic power of dancing, she joins her mother in dancing like nobody is watching. This inspiring and mind-blowing story is a lesson to teach African American girls about mental health and therapy. Chapter 1. Jasmine stood at the kitchen counter, peeling potatoes for dinner while her mother, Janelle, danced to the rhythm of a song on the radio. Her mother's hips swayed back and forth, her feet tapping on the tiles. Jasmine shook her head in embarrassment. Mom, can you stop? Jasmine asked, looking down at the potatoes. Why, baby? Janelle asked, still moving to the beat. Don't you like this song? I do, Jasmine admitted. But can't you dance somewhere else? Janelle smiled, still dancing. Baby, I dance wherever I feel the music. It makes me feel good. Jasmine rolled her eyes, but secretly admired her mother's carefree attitude. She didn't understand why her mother had to dance everywhere, but she wished she could let loose like that, too. Chapter 2. The Park Dance. On Saturday afternoon, Janelle took Jasmine to the park to play basketball. Janelle's favorite song came on the radio and she began to dance, causing Jasmine to groan in frustration. "Mom, can't you just play basketball with me?" Jasmine asked. "I will, baby," Janelle replied, "but first, let's dance." Janelle took Jasmine's hand and they both danced in the park, not caring who was watching. Jasmine felt a weight lift off her shoulders as they danced. It was as if they were the only two people in the world. Chapter 3. The Car Dance. Janelle picked up Jasmine from school one day, and as soon as Jasmine got in the car, she heard her mother's favorite song playing on the radio. Janelle started dancing in her seat, and Jasmine rolled her eyes. "Mom, can't we just listen to the song?" Jasmine asked. Janelle laughed. "We can do both, baby. You don't have to dance if you don't want to." Jasmine watched her mother dance in the driver's seat and realized how happy she looked. Janelle's eyes were closed and her hands were moving in time with the music. Jasmine began to tap her feet, and before she knew it, she was dancing too. Chapter 4. The Power of Music. Jasmine sat in the living room with her head buried in a book. The silence of the room was suddenly interrupted by the sound of her mother's music. Janelle had just put on her favorite old-school R&B playlist, and Jasmine could hear the music getting louder as Janelle made her way to the living room. Jasmine looked up from her book and saw her mother swaying her hips to the beat of the music. Janelle closed her eyes and began to sing along with the music. Jasmine watched her mother's body move to the rhythm, and she couldn't help but feel embarrassed. She couldn't understand why her mother had to dance everywhere, even in front of her friends. As the music played on, Jasmine started to notice a change in her mother's demeanor. Her mother's eyes, once heavy with worry, began to twinkle with life. Her mother's face, once marked with lines of stress, began to soften with each passing note. Janelle's body, once tense and rigid, began to move with a new fluidity that Jasmine had never seen before. Jasmine sat there mesmerized. Her mother's body moved to the beat of the music. She suddenly felt a strong urge to dance too. As if one cue, her mother looked over at her, motioned for her to join. At first, Jasmine was hesitant, but as the music continued to play, she felt the beat take over her body. Before she knew it, she was on her feet, moving in sync with her mother. They danced together, lost in the moment, and for the first time, Jasmine understood the power of music as therapy. I have read the first 4 chapters of my book, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you would like for me to continue to read on more, please comment and let me know that you are interested in hearing the rest of the story. I would love to read the rest of the story for you, and I would love for you to purchase this and put it into your barrel of books or on your bookshelf. I appreciate your time. Thank you for listening to me. And again, my book is called My Mama Loves to Dance, Amazon and on the TikTok shop. Boop. Thank you so much.